Rockstar has always had a problem. They can never just make a normal open world. They always have to hide weird stuff in it. Not just little throwaway jokes either. I'm talking about the kind of secrets that make people stop what they're doing, go online, and start asking if anybody else found the same thing. UFOs, ghosts, cryptic symbols, secret encounters, strange locations in the middle of nowhere, entire mysteries that the community ends up chasing for years. And that is exactly why Grand Theft Auto 6 is so interesting to me. Because if Rockstar's history has taught us anything, it's that this game is almost guaranteed to be packed with secrets, mysteries, and Easter eggs all over the map. And with GTA 6 taking place across all of Leonida, not just Vice City, the possibilities for what they could hide are honestly insane. Rockstar has already shown places like the Leonida Keys, Grass Rivers, Port Gellhorn, Ambrosia, and Mount Caliga National Park, and every one of these locations feels like the perfect setup for some kind of hidden discovery. This is the kind of stuff I'm going to be completely locked in on when the game releases, because the first few months of a Rockstar game are always the most exciting. That's when people start discovering the weird things the developers buried in the world, and that's exactly the stuff I want to cover. But before the game is even here, I think it's worth asking a much bigger question. What kind of secrets is GTA 6 actually likely to have? Because when you really think about Rockstar, they tend to hide the same categories of weirdness over and over again. The exact details change, but the pattern is always there, and GTA 6 might end up being the biggest version of that pattern yet. The first and most obvious category is alien stuff. Rockstar loves alien references. They've done it before, and the public image of Leonida already gives them so much room to do it again. You've got huge open skies, remote wetlands, empty stretches outside the city, and an overall atmosphere that already feels more chaotic and unpredictable than a standard urban map. If Rockstar wants to hide UFO encounters, mysterious lights in the distance, government cover-up hints, or some bizarre location tied to extraterrestrial imagery, this is the kind of setting where it would fit perfectly. And honestly, a place like Grass Rivers especially feels like the exact kind of region where players would start posting clips of something strange moving out in the dark and nobody knowing whether it's real, scripted, or just some visual trick. Rockstar has officially shown Grass Rivers as one of the game's major regions, and that swampy, isolated environment is basically begging for hidden encounters. And that leads directly into the next category, which is cryptids and creatures. If Rockstar wants to go completely insane with hidden wildlife myths in this game, Leonida is probably the best setting they've ever had for it. Florida-inspired folklore is already full of weird stories. Swamp creatures, giant reptiles, vanishing people, and the kind of local legends that sound just believable enough for players to obsess over them. GTA 6 doesn't need to literally put Bigfoot in the game to create that feeling. Rockstar could do something much smarter than that. They could create rumors through NPC dialogue. They could hide strange sounds in the wilderness. They could place some half-glimpsed figure in the distance. They could make players wonder if there's something living out there that they're not supposed to find yet. That kind of mystery is pure Rockstar. Then there's the category Rockstar might be best at overall, which is secret locations. This is where GTA 6 would go crazy, because look at how varied this map already appears to be. Vice City gives you dense nightlife, neon beaches, clubs, back alleys, and luxury spaces. The Keys open the door to remote coastal secrets, hidden islands, smuggler routes, wrecks, and off-grid compounds. Grass Rivers is perfect for abandoned shacks, cult sites, hidden labs, and all kinds of isolated weirdness. Port Gellhorn sounds like the kind of place where Rockstar could hide rundown motels, decaying buildings, illegal operations, and forgotten corners of the map that most players won't fully explore. Ambrosia sounds like it could carry industrial secrets, corrupt local power structures, or some ugly business hidden under a polished surface. Mount Caliga National Park practically screams caves, remote cabins, buried clues, and wilderness mysteries. Rockstar has officially named all of these regions already, and that alone should tell you that this isn't just one city with a little countryside around it. This is a whole state with distinct identities, and every one of those identities could support its own category of hidden content. I also think that GTA 6 has massive potential for secret characters. And honestly, this might be one of the most underrated things Rockstar does. People focus on huge mysteries, but some of the best discoveries in Rockstar games are the random characters you encounter who seem a little too specific, a little too strange, or a little too important to just be background flavor. GTA 6 already has a cast that looks built around subcultures, criminal circles, and offbeat personalities. Rockstar's official character page includes Jason, Lucia, Cal Hampton, Booby Ike, Draquan Priest, Real Dimes, Raul Batista, and Brian Heder. And even just from these descriptions, you can already feel that this game's world is going to be full of weird people with strange connections and side paths leading away from the main story. Cal Hampton in particular stands out because Rockstar literally describes him as a paranoid guy snooping on Coast Guard communications and asking what if everything on the internet was true. That is not a normal character detail. That sounds exactly like the type of person who would be connected to some larger hidden thread in the world. That's another thing worth paying attention to here. GTA 6 doesn't just look big, it looks layered. The official synopsis says Jason and Lucia get pulled into a criminal conspiracy stretching across the entire state of Leonida. That wording matters. Rockstar could have described the game in a simpler way, but instead they specifically framed it as a wider conspiracy. That opens the door to all kinds of mysteries that aren't just visual Easter eggs, but things tied to the story itself. Hidden factions, corrupt institutions, strange reoccurring symbols, optional encounters that suddenly change how you interpret the plot, entire side threads that hint there's more going on in Leonida than the main mission's first reveal. And that brings me to what could be one of the most exciting possibilities in the entire game. Unsolved mysteries. Not just secrets, not just hidden jokes, real community mysteries. That's the sweet spot. The kind of thing where Rockstar gives players a bunch of pieces but never hands them a clear answer. Maybe it's a symbol that keeps appearing in different regions. Maybe it's a locked location nobody understands. Maybe it's a radio message, a billboard, a coded website, or some environmental clue that seems too deliberate to mean nothing. The best Rockstar mysteries work because they don't feel random, they feel intentional. They make players feel like there is an answer somewhere, even if that answer takes months to uncover or maybe never gets fully solved at all. And GTA 6 looks like the perfect game for that kind of design. Because think about the social media angle alone. Rockstar has already leaned into internet culture, viral personalities, and modern chaos in the official material. Real Dimes are described as building themselves through viral videos and social presence. Cal is basically a conspiracy addict. The world already seems tuned into rumor, spectacle, and digital paranoia. That means Rockstar has an opportunity here to create mysteries that spread not just through the map, but through the game's fictional media, internet, music, and culture. In other words, GTA 6 could have secrets that players don't just find by walking around, but by paying attention to the world's information systems. That would be incredibly smart, and honestly, it feels very possible given the characters and tone Rockstar has already shown. Another category I think people should be ready for is hidden interiors and restricted spaces. Rockstar loves making certain places feel just out of reach. Sometimes it's a building that looks ordinary until you realize there's more to it. Sometimes it's a location that only becomes relevant at a certain time, under a certain condition, or after a certain chain of discoveries. In a game like GTA 6, that could mean hidden rooms in clubs, off-limits parts of industrial sites, abandoned tourist traps, swamp structures you can barely reach, or coastal locations that seem decorative until somebody figures out how to get inside. The fact that Rockstar has shown such a broad spread of social classes and environments in the official screenshots makes this even more likely. They've shown luxury, nightlife, wilderness, rundown areas, industry, and rural spaces. That variety is basically fuel for secret interiors. Then there's hidden vehicles. A lot of people think Easter eggs only means supernatural or creepy stuff, but Rockstar also hides rare machinery, strange rides, and weird transportation in ways that become legends inside the community. GTA 6 could easily have hidden boats, rare off-road vehicles, bizarre prototype-looking cars, old rusted relics, or strange aircraft rumors players spend weeks trying to verify. And because this map includes islands, swamps, cities, ports, and mountain wilderness, the range of what could be hidden becomes way wider than in a normal urban-only GTA setup. You also can't rule out secret missions. In fact, I would be shocked if GTA 6 didn't have them. Rockstar worlds are too expensive, too detailed, and too dense for them to not hide side content most players miss. Secret missions might come from finding an unusual person, visiting a place at a certain time, triggering some random event, or completing something obscure the game never directly points you toward. And because GTA 6's official setup already places Jason around drug runners in the Keys and Lucia at the center of a wider criminal plan after getting out of prison, there's a lot of room for side content that connects to smuggling, corruption, hustlers, weird locals, and shadowy criminal work far away from the obvious main story beats. I also think this game has huge potential for environmental storytelling secrets. This is one of Rockstar's most powerful tools because it doesn't require a cutscene or mission marker. It's the feeling that something happened here before you arrived. A cabin that looks wrong. A swamp site with a disturbing arrangement of objects. A wrecked boat with details that imply a story. A motel room with clues that connect to something bigger. A hidden stash with strange notes, photographs, maps, or symbols. These are the discoveries that make people feel like the world has a life beyond the player. And because Leonida appears to be so geographically diverse, Rockstar has more room than ever to build those little environmental stories into places people naturally want to inspect. And maybe the biggest thing of all is this. Rockstar knows players are expecting mysteries now. That changes everything. Back in the day, hidden content in Rockstar games could feel like a surprise, and now it's a part of the mythology. People actively go into these games looking for the weird stuff. Rockstar knows that, which means GTA 6 might not just include secrets, it might include secrets designed specifically to be hunted by the community. Not just found accidentally, but chased, debated, shared, and recreated, argued about. That could mean more layered clues, more fake outs, more misleading breadcrumbs, and more stuff that only becomes obvious when thousands of players start comparing their notes. And this is exactly why I think the first weeks of GTA 6 are going to be insane, because the moment this game launches, the hunt begins. People are going to be searching every swamp, every back road, every rooftop, every weird side street in Vice City, every abandoned structure, every suspicious landmark, every hidden path in the national park, every remote island in the Keys, every ugly corner of Port Gellhorn, every strange industrial site in Ambrosia, and every little clue tied to the characters Rockstar has already introduced. And that's the part I'm most excited for. Very briefly, if you know my channel, you already know that I've always been obsessed with this side of Rockstar games. So when GTA 6 releases, this is exactly the kind of stuff I'm going to be locked into from day one. The secrets, the mysteries, and the Easter eggs, the hidden encounters, the strange theories, all of it. Because if Rockstar sticks to form, GTA 6 is not just going to be a big open world crime game. It's going to be a giant mystery box. And I honestly think some of the best content in the entire game won't be the stuff Rockstar advertises before launch. It'll be the weird hidden things players slowly uncover after the game is already in our hands. So now I want to know what you think Rockstar is most likely to hide in GTA 6. Aliens, cryptids, secret locations, hidden missions, weird characters, a massive unsolved mystery, or something even stranger than nobody's expecting yet. Whatever it is, I can pretty much guarantee one thing. Rockstar is hiding something, and we're going to find out when the game comes out what that is. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd like to hear what you think we could potentially see when this game comes out in terms of, secrets, Easter eggs, mysteries, and stuff like that. Like I said, I did cover a lot of stuff like this in the past on this channel, and it was with Red Dead Redemption 2. So, people love this stuff. I love this stuff, and I'm going to cover all of this when the game comes out. I can't wait to see what the game's going to have in store for us when it comes to this side of the game. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a rating, please subscribe, and yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.